Good morning, wanderers. I am up a access road off of 222 over there again. They're closing this road down because of winter. So I wanted to get up in here into this little spot. I'm up by Slick Rock. I'll show you a better view of it here in a minute. Been going over some stuff in my head and everything. Been sitting here talking to myself for a while. The bears probably think I'm insane. They'd be right. I touched on a subject a while back about satisfaction, and I want to retouch on that subject in a different way. Last time it kind of ended up being about job satisfaction and life satisfaction, and how our jobs, we're not really accomplishing something. I mean, we are, no matter what job you're in, you're accomplishing something. You're helping people with their groceries or their food, or, it doesn't matter what job you're in. I mean, even if you're checking people into a hotel, you're helping them find someplace for the night. So we're always doing something, but the satisfaction of it has to be, on a purely non-physical level. We don't have the satisfaction of, using the furniture we just built, or, opening the door on the house we just built, or, these kinds of things. Because so many of us are just a part of the service industry. But I digress on that one. So I started thinking more about what is the root of satisfaction, and where does that come from in every aspect of our lives? And of course, that's a giant rabbit hole to jump down. And if you're religious in nature and follow so many of the different teachings that state how pride is sinful or is, wrong, they always, the sayings of pride goeth before a fall, and, all these kind of things. But when you think about it, when we are satisfied with something, we tend to be proud of what we've done, of the accomplishment we've made, of the knowledge that we've gained, of, whatever it tends to be. There tends to be a pride in that. So if you hold, I want to put a red ornament on this tree so badly. Those of you that understand and get it will get a kick out of that. The younger crowd may not. But I just want to hike up here and put a red ornament ball right on top of that. So cute. There's a little bit better view of Slick Rock. Look at that bad boy. Woof. It does look slick. All that moss on there and everything. That'd be one heck of a slide. Anyway, so I was trying to figure out, how is there a difference? And I haven't studied biblically enough to give you a biblical reference of, here is how pride is defined in the Bible as bad, right? So I think what I would feel, he wants us to be proud that we're his children. He wants us to be proud of that. He wants us to be proud of him and his accomplishments, and we are. So there must be some level of pride that is holy, that is good. And I think it goes for that through him, then you're okay. I think it is when we become prideful as humans, when we say, I accomplished this, I did this, nobody helped me get this was all me. I think that's when pride takes us away from God's grace. And I think that, we are able to be proud of things when we preface it as, I am so proud to be God's child and to be blessed with this gift. So, if we're an amazing painter, we can be proud of our painting, because God gave us that gift. I think that's where the difference really lies in that. So if we just kind of switch out that feeling of pride with the term satisfaction, and we become satisfied with the things that we are able to accomplish and the things that we're able to do and the tasks at hand, then we gain that because we recognize that we accomplished something in God's plan, or that, God helped us to learn this or that, and we gain that satisfaction, and we feel that satisfaction. So, where in other aspects of our lives is satisfaction a big deal? Well, relationships. Satisfaction in a relationship is a very big deal. A very big deal. And it doesn't matter if it's a relationship between a parent and a child. It doesn't matter if it's a relationship between siblings. It doesn't matter if it's a relationship between friends, co-workers. It's any relational experience we have that we share. Any relational experience can be satisfying. Now, here comes the problem. If we've already decided that satisfaction is in a job well done, a task accomplished, something completed, where then do we find the satisfaction in a relationship? Do we say, well, we got along with them really good for a long time, and so that is a good relationship, well done, I don't need to talk to them anymore, I will work on somebody else and find a new relationship that I can build with a friend, with a coworker, with, my other sibling, and just let that one go to the side. That's not, that's not how it works. But in this world, I think that we have been misguided to believe that that's the case. That if this person is no longer satisfying me, if I am no longer feeling satisfaction from this job, from this employer, from this coworker, from this friend, from this spouse, from this family member, then why do I need to bother having a relationship anymore? I don't, because there's nothing there anymore, so it's not satisfying anymore, so there we go. But we are looking at it in a way of self. So that even when we measure our relationship and we measure how we feel we're doing in our relationship, it tends to be weighed on ourselves. Well, what am I getting out of this relationship? Well, am I able to provide things for this relationship? We're weighing a relationship with a single-sided scale. And I think that's where we begin to go wrong. And then we just kind of go completely wrong from there, because we shouldn't be weighing the relationship anyway. Because here's what I have come to think about relational satisfaction. I think that one of the reasons we are driven, that we have a so-called primal instruction to seek out relationships, because we do as humans. There is no denying that. I mean, yeah, I'm an introvert, and I love being out here alone by myself all the time. I enjoy it tremendously. But I also long for relationships. I long for friendships. I long to have somebody that can come on this walk with me, that we can talk about this kind of thing together and actually converse back and forth and explore new thoughts that I can't have on my own. And that is one of the keys, I think, to why we are geared that way. I think we are geared to social exploration of our own perception so that our perception does not become stagnant, so that our perception does not become, oh, well, it's this. There's nothing more. Because I think we would become far less satisfied with life if we did that. The world is an amazingly diverse, amazingly intricate place. We discover new species, new to us species. Every year we discover countless things that are totally new that we didn't know existed. And we've been existing with them on this planet for, our entire existence. So it begs the question of how would we go about doing this stuff if it weren't for curiosity, if it weren't for that sense of wanting to know more. And I think that that is really where the core of our relational desire comes from, as well as wanting to know more. And we want to know more about the other person. We want to know more about that. That's true. But I think that the underlying root really comes down to we want to know more about ourselves. We want to know about how other people perceive us. This is why we want more friends. This is why, this is why social media is such a massive addiction. I have no doubt about that. Because you can have thousands of people reviewing your stuff saying, oh my, you're right. Oh, that's amazing. And all of a sudden you're built up on this, but it's not wholly satisfying because it's not social. You're not interacting directly with that individual. You're interacting with a machine. You're interacting with a screen where you're reading the thoughts of other people. And you will always question, are they sincere? It's just a natural thing. We are naturally, what do they call that? We're naturally geared to doubt that what we see and what we hear is true. We don't want to believe it, until we see it, until we experience it, until we know and can say, oh yeah, that was that way for me too. It's true. So again, back to topic, satisfaction relationally comes, I think, from that interaction that helps us to learn more about ourselves and to recognize that we are improving in the way that we want. If we are a writer, okay, and we write a story and we read it to ourselves, we think, oh, that was really bad. We should have, I could have done this better. I could have made this character more believable. I can't believe I wrote that. We are our own worst critics. And so we sometimes will rewrite the story and we will rewrite it again and we will rewrite it again. But our tendency is to eventually just give up and say, nah, no, that one's not working, and start a different story. And so we're not satisfied because it's just not working. And so we end up thinking, well, maybe I'm not that good of a writer. And so we just stop writing. Same with painting. Same with building furniture. Same with growing gardens. Same with anything that we do. Okay? Same with a relationship. If we don't feel that we are benefiting or that we are benefiting someone else, pretty quartz up here, then we may not feel satisfied with it, and we may just say, okay, well, we tried, and go on to the next friend, go on to the next, whatever. So anyway, I'm derailing myself again. It's just a matter of recognizing that we are improving. And when we are social, when we have people in our lives, when we have family, when we have friends, when we have, spouses, children, any of these things, that is kind of what we're a part of their life for and they're a part of our life for, is to provide that recognition that we are improving. And so if we stop improving, if we become stagnant, if we, don't improve, and our friends don't say anything about it, and, our family doesn't say anything about it, or, any of these things that go on where that improvement is ceased. It's no longer discussed, it's no longer brought up, it's no longer felt by anybody involved. The relationship is naturally going to fade away. It's just going to happen. So if you have a relationship where the person never acknowledges that you've improved, that, wow, you're doing so much better, or, doing these things, then your tendency is going to be to step away from that relationship. When really, it would probably be a better idea to take a look at yourself first and say, have I stopped improving? What am I doing that's not changing? What have I become complacent with? And that, I think, is one of the big questions that is so difficult for us to ask ourselves and to answer for ourselves. And again, I think that's where the relationship comes into play, is we don't ever want to hear somebody say, "Hey, you suck." we don't ever want to hear that. But at the same time, we need to hear it sometimes, I think we sometimes need to hear, "Hey, why haven't you done anything? Why do you keep doing the same thing, and why aren't you changing? I really wish you would do this or improve in this, or And if we have done that, then as that friend or as that family or all this stuff, then we have done what we can do for the relationship. And if the other person is not changing, is still not doing anything, then maybe we're being guided away from that relationship. Maybe they need some other person in their relationship, as a relationship, to help them get past whatever they are stuck in at the moment. Maybe our understanding of it just is not capable of breaking through that barrier. That's very possible. I don't know, but it makes sense to me, because there is satisfaction gained from understanding yourself, from growth, from learning that you are improving, from getting better, from advancing. And the only way to really know that, because of our self-criticisms, is to be told by somebody else through a relationship, by having a friend that says, no, you're doing good, man, because we're going to go to them and be like, God, I just feel like I'm not doing anything. Like, no, you're doing fine. You've done this, you've done that, and they're going to outline it to us and say, this is the stuff that you're doing good on. Now a good friend is also going to point out, you could be doing better on this or on this. I mean, but hey, if you're trying, you're trying, and then you're going to go like, oh God, you know what? You're right. I don't think I've really been trying with that. So, that I think is where we lose sight of relational satisfaction. And not just in us receiving that about ourselves, but that relational satisfaction is the only real satisfaction that is two ways. We get satisfaction because we recognize through other people our improvements and how we're doing better and how we've gained and how we've improved. But we are also able to help them to see how they improved. And that is something that so many people are really good at doing. And again, this comes back to the social media thing being so addictive. People are really good at just throwing a comment out there saying, "No, man, you're doing great. You did the right thing. This is fantastic. You're on your way." And that one tiny comment can change somebody's life. Literally can change somebody's life. And we get that sense of satisfaction from that, Now, there's the other end of it too, where, there's people that get more satisfaction out of pointing out how stupid we are. And that's okay too, because again, we do need that as well. And once the sting wears off and, stuff like that, we can look at it and say, you know what? I probably could improve on that a little bit. I probably should not, be thinking like that, or, I can change that a little bit, and that would improve my life. We can do that. And we can get satisfaction from that, even from that person that is, sitting there trolling us and, whatever else. So satisfaction relationally comes from every relationship we have, whether it's an enemy, whether it's a friend, whether it's a family, whether it's, you know, the stranger in the store that says, "Hey, how's it going?" You know, it's a satisfaction. It's a recognition that we exist. It's a recognition that somebody else sees us. It's something that we all long for and we all look for, but we're not all providing it. My daughter is astounding at recognizing people that just need to hear somebody say hi. Literally, just say hi. And she does it all the time when we're going to the stores and things like that. And it's wonderful to see their faces light up. It's wonderful to see her face light up. And it's a reminder how we perceive youth differently. Because when we as grown people just say hi to a stranger in the store, hi. We can say it as happy as we want with a big smile on our face. The odds of us getting the same reaction as a child, well, we all know. And that's wrong. That's just wrong. We should not be afraid to say hi to somebody because we might offend them because we said hi. Like, that's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And we should not be offended if an adult says hi to us. There's no zero, absolutely zero reason that we should be upset about an adult saying hi. You know, a child says it to us, and we smile and we think, "Oh, that's so cool. How cute. How sweet. Oh, she's so nice. Oh, he's so amazing." But when an adult does it to us, what does he want? What does she want? Oh my God, that's weird. Why would that person say hi to me? I don't know who they are. Like, really? Are we that unsatisfied with who we are that we can't accept somebody else just saying hi to us? All right, Wanderers. I'm not sure how long this one's going, but obviously I'm back at my Jeep. Pulled up a rest. I forgot to reset my hike thing. Oh, that's a bummer. It looks like my battery's dying anyway. I appreciate you coming, watching the video. Hopefully you watched all the way through. If you did, again, please leave a comment. Talk to me. Let me know. I'm trying to build a relationship here. I'm putting myself out there, and I hope I am doing better with the videos, for one. For two, I hope I'm doing better at staying on topic and not being so babbly. I'm trying to learn and trying to improve, and I really would like some feedback on it. All right, everybody. Never stop adventuring. Don't be afraid to say hi. Talk to you later. Have a good one.